All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the tennis. And now we're on the WTA side for Beijing. We're watching Coco Gauff taking on Rakhimova, defending champion Coco, and we're also watching Eala play again against Lou. This time it's on the center court, not indoors like yesterday. So that's good. But yeah, big matches. These two matches. Quarterfinal over in China for Eala, and then obviously a second round, and Gauff trying to get into some form after obviously had the serving problems, but she's had a great year. I mean, she was number 2 in the world not that long ago. She's a French Open champion. Just the last couple of tournaments, last couple of months, haven't been great post Roland Garros, but she did win this tournament last year, and with Swiatek up the top of the draw, you'd think that Gauff would like her chances. By the way, I don't know what is the weather really like foggy, or is it like on Eala's match? Because it looks like really like doesn't look very very fun to be out there. It looks pretty grim, the weather. But how are we doing, Cho? What's going on? What is happening? Are we ready? Is it smog? I don't know. It might be. I mean, it looks a little bit... Yeah, it looks like it's overcast. I mean, in Beijing, the sun's out. Everything's nice. But in Jingchen, it doesn't look too good. The weather yesterday was raining most of the day, so we'll see. We will see what happens. Good luck to Alex. Yep. She is. She should win. She's the heavy favorite. Should win this one. And then play against possibly Lulu's Sun in the semis, which is a big step up. Sun is obviously super dangerous. Anonymous.
I love it when you are on during my 2-hour dog walks. Perfect.
No worries.
Linda.
No worries. Thank you, Linda. That was yesterday. Sorry I didn't get to that yesterday. That was, I guess, when we weren't on live. So thank you for the $20. Appreciate that. Hopefully you're here or you watch this replay. All right. Eala warming up. Gauff also warming up. We look at the first set against Altmaier. Yeah, so there's a lot of tennis going on everywhere. Kenin, Fernandez, Zachary. That's a fun one. That's on as well. And then tomorrow's a big one because tomorrow we have Swiatek, Sinner, and Alcaraz all playing tomorrow. So big day tomorrow with those 3 players, and then Eala will play tomorrow if she wins today as well. So it's a big day tomorrow. Also, we've got Menchik coming up now. We've got Rublev coming up now. Demonor's coming up later today. Musetti and Zverev are playing tonight. Medvedev's playing at some point. Anisimova's on today. Palini. Raducanu. So yeah, pretty big day. We're only watching these matches, but still a pretty big day. But let's see how it goes. Eala looked good yesterday after a bit of an injury scare in her first round. How's the audience for Eala? I'll tell you what, there's probably more people watching Eala's match than there are watching Gauff, which is kind of crazy. Maybe because of ticket pricing, but yeah, there's a lot more people. Like the stadium is a lot fuller in the Eala match, but it's also maybe a little deceptive because the stadium for Eala's match is a lot smaller. So down the front row, it looks a lot more packed up because the front row seats are not as expensive. Whereas in Gauff's match, the front row is empty, but that's because corporate. All the top level could be full. So it's a little deceptive. It looks like Eala's match may have more people, but until I see an overall view of the Gauff match, yeah. And Gauff Stadium is like way bigger, so there's if you condense everybody, it'd probably be the same crowd. But because it's like spread out and it's a bigger stadium, it's empty for a big stadium, but it's probably, if you put it on the Eala stadium, it's probably going to be pretty similar. Eala's going to serve first, by the way. But yeah, in Jingshan, it's like the stadium's pretty packed. Also, there's a Chinese woman playing, so of course it's going to be packed. Quarterfinal and a local playing. I mean, obviously that would make more sense that there's a lot more people interested in this one. Whereas in the golf match, there's no Chinese player playing in this one. At least in this match. Maybe later there is. I think there's a couple of Chinese players playing later. Last couple of shots and then we'll get started. Oh, man. Yesterday, Chad, I watched the Midnight Meat Train. God, it was weird. It's good, though. I liked it. It was super creepy, though. The special effects were kind of terrible, but that's because it was 2008. We hadn't quite figured out how to do things, but it was... it's a weird movie. But Bradley Cooper's great. Like, it's one of his, it's like one of his first movies. And it's a horror movie. But yeah, it's a weird one. Like, it was before he was in The Hangover. So, yeah. And I've never heard of it before. I saw it at the thrift store. Now, because today is a holiday in Australia or Melbourne, in Victoria, nothing's open. So I couldn't go to the thrift because thrift is closed. Which is a shame because I wanted to go to the thrift store to see if something was there, but I couldn't get in because they were not there. All right. I'm going with Eala and I'm going with Gauff. I know. 15 love. Yeah, so like it wasn't one of Bradley Cooper's first roles, but it was pre-Hangover. Which I think probably, at least that's the first time I remember watching him. Oh, he was in Wedding Crashers as well, but he wasn't a main guy. All right, 15-0. Eala serving, and Rakhimova's going to serve against Gauff. Now, of course, with Coco, we're going to be focusing on what her serve looks like. Now that she's had a couple of weeks post-US Open to try and figure out, or try and work on the serve with her coach. You know, it wasn't ever going to be instant success, but it'll be good to see if maybe a couple of weeks of working together might make some changes, or at least make some get some improvement going. Danny, hey Danny, thank you for the $5. Appreciate that. All right, 30-15. As the Eala backhand goes into the backhand of Lou, but it goes out by Eala. It's 30-0. Zhang and Raducanu are playing at the same time tomorrow. Are they? How's the schedule out already? We haven't even started today. That can't be right. Is the schedule out for tomorrow already? No shot. Where are you reading this? There's no schedule. 30-0. As Eala serves a fault second serve. The schedule's already come out? Where? Today's Friday. Anyways, backhand today is Friday. You mean Saturday? As the Eala forehand goes wide, it's 30-40. Double check. No, it's all right. You're probably right. I just can't see it. It's not on the ATP website, because Beijing's a joint tournament. So you're probably right. I just can't find it. I guess that kind of makes sense that they would have brought out the schedule for tomorrow, but it's on the website, so I can't tell. All right, 30-40, break point for Lou. As Lou returns long, and it's back, we get to Deuce, first game. Gauff hits a winner to get to her first point of the match, 40-15 Rakhimova. And Rakhimova serves an ace, and it's 1-love Rakhimova. Oh, pardon me. Well. There's a forehand now from Lou. Into the backhand of Eala. Lou with a forehand. Into the backhand of Eala, and then Lou puts in the net. And it's advantage Eala. Now, as we have done many times watching Eala, learning about new players that we've never watched. So we'll talk a little bit about Jia Jinglu, who is 35 years old. So definitely a veteran of the tour. Played a lot of tennis in her career. As a backhand down the line to the backhand of Lou, forehand from Eala into the backhand of Lou. And Lou hits an error, and it's 1-love Eala. So Lou is currently ranked 349 in the world. She was as high as 162 back in 2019. So she has yet to crack the top 100. But, 162 is a peak. Has beaten one top 100 player in her career. That was back in 2018 qualifying of Hong Kong, where she beat Heather Watson, who was 89 in the world at the time. If she does win this match, it will be her highest ever victory over anybody in her career. This is actually the third highest ranked player she's ever played. She's played in 2008. She played against a player called Benesova, who's 42 in the world. And then back in 2019, she took on Wong, who was 47 in the world. So this is the third highest ranked opponent she has faced in her career. And will be her greatest victory ever based on ranking. She has won a couple of ITF events. We'll talk about ITFs in a second, but a couple of ITF events back in the 2010s. But yet to win a WTA trophy. 18 ITF events. She has played the qualies of all the Grand Slams, but never qualified for the main draw. So made the third round of qualies in the Australian Open. That's the closest she's gotten to a main draw of a Grand Slam. She, as I mentioned, has won a bunch of ITF events. With an event this year in June, she actually won in Hong Kong a couple of months ago. A W15, which is the lowest tier of event. Hasn't won any W125, so no challenger level wins. But a lot of ITF victories over her career. So really, I mean, we talk about journey woman. This is a journey woman, right? She's 35 years old, never cracked the top 100, never played a Grand Slam, round match. Really grinding out on the challenges, right? And winning a lot of the ITF events and making a career of that, and really just somebody who's had to work for every match and every win and everything they've ever done in tennis. They've had to work hard for it. 35 years old, that's a long career. She's been around for a long time. Playing back in 2008 was the first time she won a title. 2008. So, she has been grinding it out. Has Lou for her entire career. Let me check if she's ever won any matches on the WTA main. Gauff, by the way, saving break points. So she has made it through qualifying a couple of times on the WTA. Played the first round of Hong Kong a year ago, but lost to Habino in the first round there. Last time she won in the main draw of the WTA. Oh, she's never won a WTA. Oh no, she's won one. She beat Han Chikova in 2016 in the first round of Han Chang, which is her only ever WTA main draw victory. So yeah. And I guess this is a WTA event, even though it's a challenger. This is the best she's ever done in a WTA event. So this is arguably her best result, you know, her best tournament. Yeah, she's won ITF events, but this is her best result. She's never really done much at challenges until this week. So as we have a forehand now from Liu into the forehand of Eala. And Eala hits a wide, 15-0. Gauff's down at break point. Advantage, Rakhimova. Yeah, Liu's never played in the main draw of a slam. She has played qualifying, but she's never qualified for a main draw yet. So yeah. So again, really just, you know, such a credit to her for having such a long career, despite not having the, you know, the success of the, you know, top 100 even, you know. All right, Gauff survives with a serve, and we get back to deuce. All right, 30-15 Eala. So yeah. And if I show you the graph, I don't have it on the screen. Hang on. Advantage Rakhimova. We'll show it after this. All right, advantage Rakhimova to break. As Rakhimova returns back into Gauff. Backhand Rakhimova into the forehand of Gauff. As Rakhimova backhand again. Is a moon ball. Gauff retreats to the baseline with the forehand into the forehand of Rakhimova. Gauff with the forehand on the line. Rakhimova with a backhand cross court. Gauff's got it. But hits a winner. So it's deuce. So here is the event pyramid. So you can see there a W15, which is what Liu won earlier this year, is that bottom, like the lowest ranked, the lowest form of event on the ITF World Tour, which is the third tier of tennis. Of course, Eala's won a 125. This is a 125, so it's like tier 2. See the middle row there? So yeah. So that's sort of the difference between the hierarchy of the tennis, the main tennis tour. There's obviously other events, like there's events on the UTS, the UTR tour, and then there's also like local things, and there's other things as well. But when it comes to sort of like the main tennis like progression, it's like ITF World Tour into Challengers into main tour. That's sort of and then obviously within that, it breaks down to a bunch of different events too. But that is how the structure looks. Pyramid doesn't look symmetrical. Well, call the ATP and WTA and tell them to get it sorted. That's a you problem. All right, Gauff holds 1-1. Also, it looks like it might be a little bit wet out there on the Eala match because they're coming out with towels wiping down the line. So Liu may have experience, but I'm counting on Eala's skills and endurance to outlast Liu. Yeah. And the reason why we go through the players that Eala plays that are lower ranked is one, because they probably never get mentioned, right? Most of us have never heard of some of these players. But also, just to put into like perspective of like when Liu woke up this morning, what this match means to her, right? We all know that, Eala's trying to win another 125. She won one a couple of weeks ago. She's just starting, right? But for somebody who's 35 years old, had a long career, was grinding out the challenges or grinding out the ITF circuit, really, not even the challenges. And to get to a quarterfinal of a challenger event and take on a player that is in the top 100, You know, she's only played a handful of top 100 players or, a few top 100 players in her career. One top 100 win in her whole life. If she wins this match, it's Lu's best victory. You know, it's probably her best result. Getting to a semi-final of a challenger event is probably her best result out of any tournament she's ever played. Again, she's 35. She's played a lot of tournaments. So again, it's just sort of putting it into perspective of, what Lu is playing for. Because we all talk about Eala. We know that she's trying to, at 19, trying to win another title, blah, blah, blah. And she's just getting started. We expect great things. But with Lu, I mean, she's definitely on the end of her career. And she's at home. She's got an opportunity to play, a big name. It's just puts it into perspective of what she has got on the line for her, Starting to rain, by the way, in the Eala match. Not heavy, but just irritating. 15:30 for Gauff. So yeah, just to put in a little perspective for what some of these opponents that Eala plays also have on the line. It's obviously both players are trying to do something. By the way, Lu in singles has 468 wins, 349 losses. So a positive head-to-head, like a positive win-loss record, right? Over her career, but just never just hasn't. Most of those wins obviously are on the lowest level of event. All right, 30-0. As Rakhimova serves into the front of Eala, Gauff. Rakhimova goes back into Gauff. As Rakhimova again with the backhand to the backhand of Gauff, to the backhand of Rakhimova. Rakhimova in the net, 30-40. Gauff with a break point to start this match. So players are just sitting down on the Eala match. It's just a little bit of a rain break. It's not raining though. It's just, it is raining a little bit, but not crazy. Just enough to make it slippery on the court. Rakhimova serves. Into the front of Gauff. Rakhimova forehand again to the front of Gauff. To the back of Rakhimova. It's Gauff with a slice. Rakhimova backhand cross court. Gauff gets there, but it's in the net. And it's deuce. We get the deuce. All right, deuce. Was McDonald's open to check for McGriddles? Yeah, no, I went for a run, so I chose being healthy for once. Yeah, instead of going and getting a McGriddle, I went for a run. So I made a positive decision for my life. For once. I didn't check. I'll have to check tomorrow if I'm awake. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll check if they're around. But yeah, instead I went for a 4K run. All right, backhand winner from Gauff, advantage. You only live once. Get the griddle. I've already had McGriddles. And to be honest, I just forgot as well. I had so many other things I had to think about this morning that I just forgot about it. WTA site says 532 for Lu. Really? Oh, maybe I'm looking at Wikipedia and it says 439. So I don't know. 468. So I don't know what. Or maybe they haven't updated it lately. What am I reading? Yeah, it says 468. So, anyways, Gauff's got another break point. Let me check. Unless they're counting maybe Wikipedia is not counting qualifiers. I don't know. Some sites count the qualies as. It says here I'm looking at 493 matches she's played. So yeah, I don't know where the 500 comes from, but do they combine doubles? Maybe, I don't know. It's weird. She played a lot of doubles, maybe. Let me check the WTA. Anyways, back to deuce. Gauff can't break yet. WTA website is so clunky. Okay, yeah, I don't know why. I heard, yeah. On the WTA website, it has 532. That's weird. So I don't know. I don't know why there's such a difference in numbers. One says 532, one says 493, one says 468. So I don't know what the real number is. Let's say approximately 500 matches she's won in her career. Let's go with that. All right, players are back. Love 30 Eala. Let's say Lou's played she's won about 500 matches. Give or take. Now, it's not on where I'm looking. Like, the Wikipedia is definitely behind, but where I'm looking on Tennis Abstract, which are very accurate. Even there, it says only 493. So, I don't know. I don't know if where the WTA are getting the extra 30 matches, but let's just say 500, give or take. Love 40. Eala with break points. As they're backing now from Eala into the forehand of Lou. Forehand from Eala again to the forehand of Lou. As Eala forehand into the backhand of Lou. Again, the forehand of Eala. Lou with the forehand goes into the backhand of Eala. As Lou on the attack. Eala gets with the forehand into the backhand of Lou. Again to the forehand of Eala. As Lou forehand cross court. Eala gets it back. And then Lou puts it away. All right, 15-41 saved. So Rakhimova 2-1. Yeah, she's played. Yeah, either way, it's a lot. Exactly. Either way, she's got a lot of tennis under her belt. 15-40. Now you should be rewarded for running with a McGriddle. That's not how it works. 15-40. Let's do a forehand now from Lou into the back of Eala. Lou again to the back of Eala. Eala hits out 30-40. I mean, if I go for a 30-minute run, I don't think a McGriddle cancels out the run. So rewarding myself for going for a run would basically just be canceling out the run in general. You know what I mean? In fact, I think the McGriddle would add calories. It would be double the run. As we do backhand now from Eala into the forehand of Lou, but it goes out by Eala, deuce. So I'm gonna treat myself by not eating. That's the plan. All right, 40 love for Gauff, by the way. All right, 40 love. As Gauff hits it wide, and it's 40-15. As Lou hits a lovely win up. I tell you, Lou from love 40 to get to advantage. Great effort. 17 years of grinding. She might have a strong mental, not having anxiety and to pressure of not so much success of the Pro Tour. Maybe. How could she play without winning? Where's the money coming from? I mean, I think you're getting confused that, like, somebody who's... Just because Lou has never played a Grand Slam match or hasn't done anything, I mean, there's probably a lot more players like Lou than there is players that are super successful, right? But it's not like, hey, if you're not in the top 50... I know we hear about stories of players, like, traveling and how expensive it is to be a tennis player. But then there's players like Lou, who I'm not sure if she's, what her sponsors are or anything like that, or what her coach is. Does she have a coach? Do they travel? I can tell you this: most of the tournaments that she does play on the ITF are, or at least she's been successful in, are in Asia, right? So traveling between China and Japan and all the Asian countries there is less expensive than traveling the world, right? So going to Thailand or going to India, which is what she's played, playing in China, playing in Hong Kong, playing in Japan, she has played in the States as well a bit, but like the travel between, like, she's made a career of playing in Asia for the most part, or at least being successful in Asia, Indonesia. Yeah, there's been a couple of European events there as well, but she's localized her success, So yeah, there are definitely I can speak as an Australian, right? In Australia, you can't really do that because there's not enough tournaments in Australia on the ITF World Tour or the Challenger events to stay in Australia and make a career of tennis, make a career like this within Australia, because there's not that many events. You have to leave Australia to go to Asia and stay there, or go to Europe or whatever. That's... Whereas in America, I'm sure there's a lot of players like Lou who are just journey women who, never cracked the top 100, but just played so much tennis, but stayed in America and played the ITF circuit in America and played the challenges in America and maybe got a little bit of, tried to get to, Grand Slam level, but, got to the qualies and stuff. Again, there's probably a lot more stories like Lou. And just because you haven't gotten to a certain level of metric doesn't mean you can't do it. It's not just like, oh, well, somebody must be just paying for her tennis. I don't know if that's true. But you can also, you can make a living out of tennis. It's just, it kind of just depends, I guess, on what you play, where you're based, But again, I'm not sure. Maybe she does have some big sponsor that I don't know about and who's been funding her career for 17 years and she's, gets free travel. I don't know, but I doubt it. Because I'm sure sponsors want some sort of return. They're not just going to throw money into somebody, who's not going to provide some sort of, you don't just sponsor somebody for fun. Like they want a return, want her to succeed. So therefore that, the sponsor gets recognized or whatever, I don't think anyone's just throwing money at her to just play challenger circuit events. Eala's down break point, by the way, 50-40. But again, I don't know. But I think Lou's story is definitely... There's a lot more players like Lou who have still made a good career out of tennis. Yeah, okay, they haven't had Grand Slam success or haven't done the things that, we see as successful in tennis. But Lou just breaks. So she's up 3-2 against Eala. And... God damn it. Why won't this work? Why won't the buttons work? Ah, because it's broken, that's why. Ah, that makes sense. So yeah, so you know what I mean? Like, I don't think we should the level of success, it just depends on the person, Okay, the sounds are broken, we can't play them. Anyways, Lou breaks 3-2. $30 by the way. Rakhimova trying to stay in front against Gauff. There's a backhand now from Rakhimova, but Gauff hit it wide, 40-30. 40-30. $40-30. As we get a backhand to the forehand of Gauff. Gauff in the net. 3-2. Rakhimova stays in front. So Lou was down a break. Now she's up a break. Was she? No, she wasn't down a break. Was she? Man, let me check. I can't tell. All right, 3-2. No, she wasn't down a break. It just said that she was down a break, but she wasn't. All right, Lu's up a break now, though, as Eala returns in the front of Lu. Eala backhand into the backhand of Lu. To the front of Eala, and Eala hits it wide. Now, I want to know, chat, I'm going to find this out. I wonder, because we talk about, okay, we're learning about Eala, right? We know that she plays better when someone's aggressive, or at least for the most part, when she's played aggressive players, she's done better than when she plays defensive players. But I wonder if she does better against players that are younger or like under a certain age than older, because experience levels, right? So Eala, when she plays somebody over 30, 16 wins, 20 losses. By the way, I don't know what older means, but it says here, when she plays somebody who's older, she's won 168 matches and lost 106. When she plays someone younger, she's 13 wins, 3 losses. Oh, younger than her. So she's actually really good against players younger than her. But then again, how many players is that? Players under 23, though, she's 76 wins, 36 losses. So that's a good record. But players 28 and over, 33 wins, 31 losses. So it's kind of a 50-50 when she plays more experienced players. Now, she has won her last 3 matches against players that are over 28. Last time she lost to an over 28-year-old was against Krejcikova at Wimbledon. But against players over 30, 16 wins, 20 losses. So, and in this year, she's 4-3 against players over 30. So it's positive this year. Those losses were against Linette, Marino, and Pegula. She's beaten Keys, Lipchenko, Tomova, and Wego. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how much we read into that, but the level of, I guess when Eala's playing someone who's a little bit younger, maybe they're a little bit surprised by how she plays, or at least not expecting her to play a certain way, whereas I think Lu's seen it all, right? She's played a bunch of different type of players. Left-handed, aggressive, defensive. She's played a lot more players that maybe replicate what Eala does, so she's probably a little bit more, got that experience, right? All right, 40-30. Also the experience to change her game if she knows what's coming from Eala and then goes, okay, I'm not doing this, and whereas young players maybe don't have the options to change their game as much because they just don't have the experience to trust their game. As Lu hits a lovely volley, and it's 4-2 Lu. Lu in the first. All right. Coco, double faults, 30 all. Gauff is the defending champion. This is the first time she's playing with a hostile crowd. I'll be honest though, I don't think the Chinese crowd are hostile. I think I don't think any Asian crowds have been hostile. They're very, very nice, very friendly, very fair. We're not talking about playing in New York or playing in France. This is like playing in China against someone who's Chinese is not the same. Like the crowd is very nice. I don't think we've ever watched a match during the Asian swing where the crowd has rooted for the local but then booed the opposite. Like that doesn't happen here. Like, yeah, they'll cheer a little louder when Lou wins the point, but they're not anti-Eala. Even in the US Open, remember how we had Towson complaining about or getting annoyed because Eala was getting a lot of support. Again, it wasn't anti-Towson to start with until Towson started complaining, and then they got a little bit rowdy. But again, that was in New York, so it wasn't like they were playing in the Philippines and people were booing Towson. It was they were playing in New York, so there was still that New York energy, right? As Lou puts up a lob and it's 15-30, goes long. All right, 15-30. Chance for Lou to get the double break here. All right, Coco levels, by the way, 3-3. As Eala serves again. There's a bit of forehand now from Lou. And then Eala hits a lovely backhand winner. 30-all. 30-all. As Eala serves again. A fault. Second serve. As Lou hits a return the net, 40-30. Asian crowds are so nice. Oh, yeah. Like, I've been to a lot of places in Asia, and besides getting pickpocketed in Indonesia, but I don't blame... Like, people from Indonesia are like, they're so lovely. You can't blame... I mean, it's just like if you had a bad experience with an Australian, then you think all Australians are bad, right? It's definitely not the case. But I've been to like Japan, I've been to China, I've been to Korea, I've been to Thailand, I've been to Indonesia, I've been to Vietnam. All around, lovely. Like, again, the people are just so friendly and so helpful. Very helpful. All right, deuce. As Eala serves a fault, second serve. Second serve, Eala. As the return goes in from Lou to the back of Eala. Eala in the net. Advantage Lou for the double break. Advantage Lou to get the double break. Serving to the forehand of Lou. Backing out from Eala. Into the forehand of Lou. As Eala forehand again to the forehand of Lou. Eala with the backhand. Into the backhand of Lou. Lou in the net. We get back to deuce. Eala hanging on. Now we get back to deuce. Gauff, by the way, trying to get this break. All right, served on the tee from Eala as a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Eala. And then Lou in the net on the return. Advantage Eala. Yeah, so there's a lot of matches going on right now as well. Fernandez up 4-2 against Sakari. We've got Kenan Kudermetova at 4-4. Kaboli and Rublev on serve at 5-4. Rublev. Menchik's up 4-2 against Kecmanovic. So a lot of stuff going on at the moment. A lot of tennis. All right. Eala holds 4-3. Lou with the break. Who cares about Eala? A lot of people. A lot of people actually care. I mean, instead of asking that in the Gauff match, why don't you go to the Eala stream and ask them directly? Like, ask the people in the chat of the Eala stream, why do you care so much? Rather than hiding in the Gauff stream and being like, who cares? And then hiding. Like, go to the Eala match and ask them directly, mate. Just go joking? Oh, now you're kidding. Okay. It's a joke. Okay. Good one. All right. Deuce. Do you have a secret crush on Eala? Bro, what are you, like 11? All right. There's Gauff. Looks into second serve here. Try and get in a break here. Rakhimova serves. Into the backhand of Gauff. Backhand out from Rakhimova. Again, the backhand of Gauff. Rakhimova backhand again to the backhand of Gauff. Into the backhand of Rakhimova. Is Gauff backhand down the middle. Rakhimova forehand cross court. Gauff gets on the stretch. Into the forehand of Rakhimova. Rakhimova in the net. All right, Coco's got a break point. Advantage Coco. Advantage Gauff. As Rakhimova serves. A fault. Second serve. By the way, guy in the chat, I'm going to read out what you said. Wild statement. So, the forehand Gauff. You got to start watching movies. Backhand goes in from Rakhimova to the backhand of Gauff. That's a great shot from Coco. Slice from Rakhimova goes in. Gauff on the attack. Hits a winner down the line. Coco breaks. And I don't have the thing, so just imagine the sounds. Gauff breaks 4-3. So the person in the chat that said traveling is risky, aeroplanes fall often. Crazy statement. That's a crazy statement. You should stop watching movies. Please, just... I get it. Fear of flying is a thing, but don't say that because it's rarer than you think. They don't fall as often as you think. I've been on probably 100 planes in my life, and none of them have even thought about falling out of the sky. So I have a mild turbulence at best, but that's a wild statement. Yeah, just that's crazy. They don't fall that often. If they did, nobody would fly. It'd be too dangerous. Anyways, Eala, 15-40, looking to break back. I fly to the Philippines all the time. No advantage, exactly. Yeah, please don't scare people, all right? It's not true. They don't fall often at all. You just hear about it when they do because it's a big deal. But, like, if you had to, go to Flight Radar and look how many planes are in the sky right now. Everything's fine. Eala in there, 30-40. Like, there are probably hundreds or thousands of planes in the sky as we speak. You'll only hear about the one that falls out of the sky every other, whenever. The rare occasion ever happens. You know what I mean? Crazy statement. But I get it. Fear of flying is a thing. Flying is weird, but they don't fall often. And that was a little too much, right? $30-40s, we had double fault and break back. I don't have the thing. All right, 4-0. Eala's back on serve. She was almost down a double break. Now she's back on serve. All right. Driving a car is more dangerous. Probably, yeah. All right, Coco, 4-3 with the break. As return goes to the back of Rakhimova, backhand from Gauff. Into the back of Rakhimova is Gauff with a forehand. Goes in the net. And it's love 15. Oh, pardon me. Love 15. Eala 15 love. She tries to take back the lead. All right, 15 love is with a backhander from Eala into the front of Lou. And Lou hits a winner, 15-0. Speaking of flying, chat, I would love to learn how to fly. I think that would be so much fun, except it's very expensive and I can't afford it. But I think that would be so fun. Maybe that's what I'll do with my next venture will be learning to fly. Love 40, by the way. Chance for Rakhimova to break back. I wonder if I could stream in a plane. Could that be a thing? Could you I definitely couldn't do tennis and stream and fly, but I wonder if there's got to be somebody who's out there that's has a GoPro inside the cockpit of their plane and they fly around and they must be, right? Somebody's got to have done that. And if they have, tell me who it is so I can go watch them. 15-40. As Gauff serves an ace, 30-40. This is very expensive. Flying with Cam is a 5th channel. I think we're up to the 10th channel by now. All right, 30-15. Eala trying to get in front. I feel like it'd be so peaceful flying a plane. All right, 30-15 as Eala gets the 40-15. Still break pointing for Rakhimova to get back on serve. As Gauff with the forehand again at the back of Rakhimova. And Rakhimova hits it long and we get the deuce. Fernandez first set 6-2 against Zachary. Cool. All right. As Eala hits it wide on the backhand. And it's 40-30. All right. Event Rakhimova. To get back on serve. Eala trying to get back in the lead. There's a forehand from Gauff to the backhand of Rakhimova. Rakhimova hits it out with back to deuce. And Eala with a good serve gets the lead. 5-4. Eala was almost down 5-2 and now has won the 3 games in a row. You can do your own aeroplane and save money. What do you mean? I want to go to Switzerland and Ireland. It looks so peaceful. Yeah, Switzerland's pretty chill. I wish when I lived in the UK, I went and moved to Edinburgh for like 6 months. That would have been sick. I went there on for a weekend, and it was so cool. Like the buildings it's like a time warp. Going to Edinburgh, like going to Scotland in general, like there's just, I mean, even just like Europe, right? If you've never been to Europe, everything's just so like old, like the buildings and the scenery, like it's so like there's so much of Europe that's just untouched, and they didn't tear it down and build new things, which is what they do here in Australia, unfortunately, for a lot of things. But like Edinburgh is just such a time warp. Like, yeah, they've got new things, but like there's so much history and it's so cool. All right. Gauff holds 5-3. Long set so far. Time warping is fire. Yeah. Switzerland bloody expensive. Edinburgh old place nice. Yeah. Switzerland is expensive. It is expensive. You're right. All right, love 15. Eala trying to get this set. There's a bit of fault from Lou. Second serve. There's a double fault from Lou. Love 30. Chance for Eala to take this set. Love 30. Serve Lou. As Eala backhand return. Lou puts up a slice. Eala puts it away. Love 40. Jeez. Eala from almost a double breakdown has just come to life. Love 40. Set points for Eala. Also, Kennan's up a set and a break against Kudermetova. So that's happening. All right. Set points Eala. She hits the return long, and it's 15-40. Also, love 30 Coco. A chance for her to take the first set as well. As Eala hits the backhand, in comes Lou with a forehand winner. And it's 30-40. $30-40. As Eala goes the forehand of Lou. Lou hits it wide. Eala wins the first set. 6-4. I don't have the sound effects. Nothing works. All right. 6-4. First set for Eala. She won 4 games in a row. Apparently, Chad, I'm looking at how to get your pilot's license for like a small plane. Apparently, it costs $17,000, but that sounds about right. Like it sounds expensive when it's like one big chunk of money, but like 17 grand to become a pilot. Like that sounds reasonable, right? Not like a pilot, commercial pilot. That's a whole different thing. This is just like to fly, like, I guess, small planes. That doesn't seem too expensive. Anyways, 30-40. Gauff's got a set point. Take the first set. Maybe I'll do that when I have time. Anyways, Gauff makes an error and we get the deuce. All right, Eala. By the way, the crowd, you're right. Crowds completely disappeared after that first set. Jeez. What else is happening in China that everybody just left? Wow. Eala wins the first set. Everyone just ditched. That's crazy. Why? What's going on? Where is there another match going on that people are going to watch? By the way, the winner of this will take on either Sun or Pradankina. Sun's up a set at the moment. So Sun versus Eala is looking likely at this point. But yeah, the crowd completely dispersed. Once Eala won that first set, they're like, all right, I'm out of here. Like this, like it just... it was like evacuation. What the hell? Maybe they're going to go get some food and they're going to come back. But yeah, as a while, like I've never seen like so many people just disappeared. It was full. Stadium was full, and now it's like very empty. I love 30. Great volley from Lou. Love 30. By the way, Gauff's going to serve for the first set. All right, it's Lou. Hits a forehand, but it goes out. 15-30. All right, 15-30. As the other serves again, a fault. Second serve. All right, Coco's going to serve for the first set. There's a backhand from Lou into the back of Eala. Lou with a forehand into the front of Eala. Eala hits it out though, and it's 15-40. Lou to get the break. 15-40. I had some Subway cookies. They are goated for real. I totally agree. All right, Gauff serving for the first set. Coco with the backhand of the net, and it's love 15 as that goes net by Eala. All right, Lou breaks. 1-love in the second. I'd love to hear something about the other match. Which one? All right. Rakhimova hits it out in the return. 15-0. I think Sun is a challenge for Eala in the semis. Sun had a great season last year. Oh, yeah, for sure. That'd be a very interesting matchup. By the way, winner of Gauff, Rakhimova, will take on Sakari or Fernandez. So Gauff's draw that's a rough draw. With Bencic and Ostapenko as well, possibly in a fourth round, and then Raback in a quarterfinal. Gauff's draw is tough. If she can get through this match, it's only going to get tougher. 15 with a backhand Rakhimova into the front of Gauff. Rakhimova's drop shot. To the back of the Gauff. Gauff puts it away. 30-15. 30-15. Is it raining? Why the crowd leave? I don't know. They just left. As Lou puts in the net, it's 15-all. They just all left. It is raining. Maybe it's raining a little bit. No. There's only one or two umbrellas, but I think that might just be because they think it's going to rain. Cam, is there a streaming glitch? Other live coverage is 5 minutes advance than you live chat. Yeah, you said that last time. I get it. You're probably like giggling in your house, being like, ooh. I'm trying to fool him to make... Or you're 5 minutes behind the stream, which is more likely. But also, like, if you're trolling, just get a hobby. 40-15. Because you said that last time, and it wasn't very funny. So just either refresh the stream or just chill. 40-15 is Gauff to winner. I can't do the sounds. All right. 6-4. 6-4. Coco. One in the chat if we're live right now. One in the chat if we're on point. I'm just going to see how much of a delay we're on. One in the chat if we're here. If you can hear me now, put a one in the chat. 30-all, by the way, Eala to break back. All right. So everyone's on, like, we're live. Yeah. Yep. All right. Good. So everyone's, most people are up to date. There's obviously going to be people that are a little bit delayed because they want to sync it up with the match or whatever, but most people are here, like, live. Coco wins the first set, 6-4, 4 double faults. A lot of errors by both players, though. Also, 8 break points for Rakhimova, 0 breaks. So she had a lot of chances. Rakhimova didn't take any of them. Break back point for Eala. 30-40. As the return goes back into Eala. Backing out from Lou in the net. We're back on serve. We're back on service 1-all. Can't even play the sounds. Stupid computer broke. I can't play the sounds. All right. 1-1. Lou just broke in the first, didn't she? Yeah, Lou was up 4-2 in the first. All right, Coco leads with a set. Layla is in form, though, and Gauff is figuring things out. Yeah, Layla has been very good lately. Kaboli won the first set against Rublev. Ooh, okay. Also, Kennan's up a set and a break. Fernandez is up a set and a break. Menchik was winning, and now he's in a battle, so I don't know what's going on there. And then tomorrow, by the way, we've got Sinner and Alcaraz and Swiatek playing. And also this tournament. So we've got 4 tournaments to navigate. Ah, 15-love. Eala backhand. Goes the forehand of Lou to the forehand of Eala. Forehand from Lou. Into the backhand of Eala. Lou with the forehand again. Into the forehand of Eala as Lou with the backhand. The backhand of Eala. Into the backhand of Lou, who hits a backhand winner. Cross court. Lovely shot. 15-all. All. All right. 15:30. As Lou gets to 15:40, chance to break again. The score now is second set 1-1. What is the delay cam? Chat, I don't know, chat. Is this guy trolling me? I think he is, right? He made an account 2 weeks ago. So something tells me that he's just trying to mess with us. Or legitimately doesn't know how to use YouTube, which is fine. If you press the live button on the video, it'll update you to current times. Maybe they're on a delay without even knowing it, and they don't know how to fix it. But if you press the live button on your app or refresh your app, it should work. But also, if you're trolling me, please stop. It's annoying. Anyways, Deuce. I don't think he's trolling. He's unaware. He's unaware. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, this guy's killing me here. But also, just refresh the app and it should be on point. Because I can tell you this. I am not behind. Otherwise, I would be getting a lot of messages telling me that I was. All right, backhand winner from Eala, and it's advantage Eala to get the lead. Gauff, by the way, has got the break in the second. 1-love. I get the vibe, but you never know. Yeah, I know. Because they've done it a lot the last couple of matches, and I'm like, bro, are you fucking with me? Like, or are you just like new to YouTube, so you just gotta press the live button and it'll update you. But again, it could be. I mean, it's the internet. Anything can happen. It could be both. Advantage Eala, and she tries to take the lead. Serving to the backhand of Lou in the net, and Eala leads 2-1 in the second. You getting pranked? No, I just think this guy. I'm going to give this person the benefit of the doubt. I think they're just not. Maybe they're new to YouTube and they're just trying to figure it out. That's okay. Just press the live button and it should update you. Because that happens. People make that mistake. They go 30 seconds behind. They're like, hang on a second, what's going on? All right. All I know is that Sakkari is not scoring at all. Yeah, she's losing. Love 30. Chance for Rakhimova to break back. Love 30. Gauff is a nice serve, 15-30. By the way, winner of this match will take on, most likely take on Lulu's son, who's about to win in her match. Also, Kennan's up a break in the second and up a set. And so is Fernandez. Lou, 50 love. All right. Return from Eala as a winner, 15-0. 15 all. What are the chances of Eala if she meets Sun in the semis? I still think Eala's got to like her chances, but I don't know if they've ever played. They haven't. Oh, they've played twice. Sorry, once. They played at the Wimbledon qualies last year, where Sun got the win 7-6, 7-5, and then went on to make the quarterfinals. So Eala was a tough test for Sun back then. And Eala's only gotten better. So I would say that Eala's probably likes her chances. But it's going to be a tough match, for sure. I have no idea who Lulu's son is. Well, she made a run at Wimbledon last year, made the quarterfinals, beat, I think, Raducanu along the way. So she's from New Zealand. 40-15 here, and a chance for Lu to level the second. But yeah, and also, yeah. Oh, boy. All right, 30-40. Gauff trying to keep the break here. She's back on the stretch. Back in it from Rakhimova. Is wide, and we get back to deuce. All right. Deuce. Thanks, Cam. No worries. But yeah, Sun, unfortunately, the last, couple of, the last sort of 12 months since that Wimbledon run, she's dropped down the rankings. Post Wimbledon losing all those points, she dropped down the rankings. I don't know if she's been injured or not, but yeah, she hasn't been able to replicate that result. Menchik on the first 7-5, cool. Andreeva Schneider down a set in the doubles, okay. All right, Lu is a deuce. Yeah, looking to get the break in the second. Good return from Eala. And it's advantage Eala to go to 3-1. All right, Gauff gets an advantage to go to 2-love in the second. All right, advantage Eala to break. As Lu serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the back of Eala. Backhand from Lu. Into the front of Eala. There's Lu backhand. In the front of Eala, who hits a winner. 3-1. I can't press the buttons because they're broken. All right. 3-1 Eala. 3-1 Eala. In the second set. Three-one. Uh, 3-1. Eala with a set and a break. I'm so hyped for Super Mario Galaxy 2 coming out in a few days. I'm going to cry. Leon, that's so fun. I wish I had a Switch 2 to play it. I'm hyped for my Game Boy Advance that's been modded for 2025. With a backlit screen, USB-C port. I can't wait to get that. I should be getting it next week. And then I'm just going to hide. Wait, what? You don't need a Switch 2? Wait. Hang on. Huh? Chat, I might not be here next week. Hang on. Super Mario Galaxy. When's it come out? Wait, what? Am I reading this wrong? Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Oh, wait. I'm so hyped for Super Mario is a few days away. Is it though? Wait, hasn't Super Mario Galaxy 2's been out for years? Oh, are you talking about are they re-releasing it for the Switch? Is that what's happening? Oh, they're up. Okay, so they've re-released it. Oh, okay. So they're bringing it back. It's like Tony Hawk. Oh, okay, that makes sense. It's like the Tony Hawk games, right? How they remastered them. They're remastering for the Switch. Ah, okay. Now I understand. Still exciting. I might have to figure that out. Comes out October 2nd. Nice. 40-15, Eala. She serves a fault, second serve. As the Eala backhand into the forehand of Lou. Lou hits a winner. 40-30. First time Lulu Sun's made the quarterfinals of any event for the year. Wow. Well, she's about to make the semifinals if she wins 2 points. All right. 40-30. Eala serves again. Little forehand on the stretch from Lou. Eala comes to the net. Lou with a pass. Eala with a volley. Winner. Nice pickup by Eala. 4-1. I heard it's one of the best Mario games of all time. I've never played it. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I played Odyssey. But I've never played Mario Galaxy. All right, 4-1. Eala with a set and a break. Gauff, by the way, trying to get to 2-love in the second. As Gauff comes, Rakhimova comes to the net, but Eala puts it away, and it's 2-love. 2-love Gauff in the second. Two, 0, Coco. All right, 4-1. As Eala hits a very nice volley over the top of Lou. And then Lou puts up a lob, but it's long. I'll tell you what, Eala's net game has very much improved the last 6 months. That's been the biggest improvement of her game. Has been her net. Her net game has been a lot better than it was sort of at the start of the year. Where she, post Miami, I should say. Her net game is a lot better. Still got some improvement, but it's a lot better than it was when she was trying to come to the net more in on the clay courts or even on the grass. During the grass season, she's definitely improved a lot. Now, you could also say, well, that's because she's not playing players that could hit the ball hard past her. Okay. Fair. When she plays bigger players or bigger hitters, maybe that won't be as good. But in these matches, she's definitely looking better at the net, and she's looking more confident in the net than she did. Will you cover the Jovic versus Lease match? No. Love 30. I will not be covering that match. Love 30 also for Coco to get the double break. Which match are you doing next? No match. That's it. We're done after this. It's short stream today. It's this and then we're done. All right, love 30. As we're serving now the forehand of Eala. Backhand from Lou. Into the backhand of Eala. Eala puts away the winner. Love 40. Eala to take the 5-1 lead and serve for the match and make the semis. Love 40. As Lou serves a fault. Second serve. Fernandez wins. Nice. As the return goes in the back of Lou, in comes the Eala with a volley, and it's a winner. I fixed it. All right, 5-1 Eala. She's going to serve for the match. And to make the semifinals of another 125 semi. But her next opponent is a big step up. All right, 15-30. Coco trying to get the double break, but it's no good. 30-0. Her next opponent is going to be interesting. Kennan wins as well. Nice. All right, Eala serves. Eala serves a fault. Second serve. Eala's going to play against Lulu Sun, who just beat her opponent in straight sets. So, yeah. It's only a 125k. True. And winner from Lou, and it's love 15. 30-40 by the way. Gauff to get the double break. All right, and that's a good serve by Rakhimova, and it's deuce. The forehand was great off the serve. Deuce. 15-0. Yeah, 3 points away. $15 as Eala serves a fault. Second serve. As the backhand return goes in from Lou to the forehand of Eala. Backhand from Lou. Goes in. Eala puts up a lob. And Lou puts away the forehand. 15-30. $15-30. All right, 30-0. Eala, 2 points away. As Eala serves again. Into the forehand of Lou. Backhand from Eala to the backhand of Lou. As Eala backhand to the forehand of Lou. Again, the backhand of Eala. Lou with the forehand again, the backhand of Eala. There's Lou. Forehand again to the backhand of Eala. As Lou with the backhand on the stretch. Goes in the net. 40-30. Eala to make the semis of another 125 challenger. 40-30. And she was down 4-2 in the first. So she's been very, very good to fight back here. Winning, 9 of the last 10 games? she was in big trouble in that first set. It looked like a double break for Lou. And then Eala stepped it up. 40-30. As Lou returns, that goes out. All right. Sun versus Eala. That is going to be interesting tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's the first match tomorrow as well because all the other matches, like this is the first match today. So Sun and Eala should be the first match tomorrow. Whatever time that is, I'm not sure, but that'll be interesting. But Eala gets through pretty comfortably. Pretty comfortably in the end. Without too much hassle after the first sort of 6 games. And she wins in straights. All right. Sun's a good player. Yeah. Lulu's Sun is definitely a step up. And I'm trying to think. I don't think there's been too many players that Eala's played recently or beaten recently, I should say. That that are sort of on that level. I mean, she did beat Lipchenko and Udvardy. She lost to Tien in Sao Paulo. But yeah, Sun is probably the best player she's played since the US Open. I know she lost to Chen, but that was, we saw how tired she looked in that one, Eala. So, yeah, I don't think too many players. There haven't been too many players since the US Open that who have had recent Grand Slam success and recent good results like Sun has. So, yeah, there'll be a big test for Eala, and a good test as well. And Sun hasn't been great lately. She's been losing. She dropped from. Sun was before Wimbledon 47 in the world, and then after Wimbledon lost all their points and dropped down to 100. So it's only been the last couple of months where her ranking went from 47 to 147 due to those points dropped. But yeah, Sun was in the top 50 3 months ago. Unfortunately, her results haven't been great. She's had a lot of losses lately, but yeah, not going to be easy for Eala. Going to have to be play a lot better than she has so far, even though she played really well so far.
Keep watching Eala, please.
No worries, Betsy. Thank you for the donation. We will be watching tomorrow for sure. All right, Gauff, by the way, to get the double break. Advantage Coco. As we get a backhand from Rakhimova to the forehand of Gauff. Forehand from Rakhimova. Gauff goes down the line. Rakhimova's there with the backhand. Gauff backhand again to the back of Rakhimova. Into the forehand of Gauff. Rakhimova again to the forehand of Gauff, who hits a slice. Rakhimova backhand cross. Gauff gets it. Rakhimova gets a point. Gauff in the net. All right. But let me just... if you want to keep watching Coco's match, jump on over. I'm going to merge the streams. But Eala will take on Lulu's Sun tomorrow in the semifinals of Jingshan. Gets through 4-1 and wins 10 of the last 11 games to finish the match. So Eala's into the semis again. We'll watch it tomorrow. All right, Coco looking for that double break. Hey, Nassar, thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Advantage Coco. Advantage Gauff. Advantage Gauff. To get the double break. As the return goes into the backhand of Rakhimova. Gauff with the passing shot. Is a winner. All right, 3-love Coco. 3-0. All right. All right. 3-0. Gauff is in control. All right. So tomorrow's going to be a very busy day. We've got Sinner, Alcaraz, Swiatek, Eala all coming up tomorrow. And that's just the big names. I think Raducanu and Osaka might be playing as well. So, tomorrow is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Choices will be made. I will have to make some decisions. I will have to decide what we do. More importantly, what we don't do, because that's always the hardest decision. What we don't watch. We just gotta wait for the schedule to come out. And then we'll figure it out. Then we will work out what in the hell I'm going to do tomorrow. Hopefully they spread the schedule out a little bit so we can do it. We can watch it. But it ain't up to me. So hopefully the schedule's nice to me tomorrow. All right, 3-love Coco with the double break. She gets 15-love. First, there was a fault from Gauff. Second serve. Second serve, Gauff. There's a drop shot from Coco. Beautiful drop shot. Rakhimova gets it, but no, she doesn't. All right, 30-love. All right, 30-love. As Gauff gets a 40-love. As Gauff holds for love. All right. Coco in control. Okay. All right. Coco, for love. As Gauff comes to the net and puts it away, and it's love 15. Love 15. As Gauff looking to finish in style. As that goes out by Rakhimova. Love 30. Love 30. As a bit of fault from Rakhimova, second serve. As Gauff makes an error on the return. And it's 15-30. All right, 30-all. Good serve, Rakhimova. All right, as Rakhimova says a fault, second serve. Hey, Carlo, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. Welcome. All right, 30-40. Gauff to go to 5 love. No one has ever defended in Beijing. Really? That's crazy. 30-40. As it is served in the tee as a fault from Rakhimova. Second serve. Second serve. As the forehand goes into the backhand of Rakhimova. Backhand from Gauff. Into the backhand of Rakhimova. Gauff the forehand into the front of Rakhimova. Rakhimova hits in the net. There's the 5 love lead. Coco. She's going to serve for the win. Okay. All right. 5 love Gauff. All right, 5-love. Gauff's going to serve for the dub. Okay. All right. Coco serving for the win. There's a return. Nope, it's a double fault. Love 15. Love 15. As the return goes out by Rakhimova, 15-0. What's the next opponent for Eala after this? She's playing against Lulu Sun, who is a very interesting step up in opponent for sure. All right, forehand from Rakhimova to the forehand of Gauff. Rakhimova forehand again, the forehand of Gauff. Into the backhand of Rakhimova. Gauff backhand. As Rakhimova drop shot. Gauff gets it with a slice, but it's in the net. 15-30. All right, 15-30. As Gauff serves a fault, second serve. As the backhand return goes the backhand of Gauff. As Rakhimova backhand into the forehand of Gauff. To the forehand of Rakhimova. Gauff with the forehand passing shot. Rakhimova hits a forehand down the line. But it goes long. 30-all. 30-all. All right, 30-all. As Gauff hits a backhand to the forehand of Rakhimova. Gauff, forehand down the line. Rakhimova hits it to the backhand again of Gauff. Into the backhand of Rakhimova. Gauff, forehand cross. As Rakhimova goes down the line. Gauff's got there with the backhand. Rakhimova backhand on the stretch. Goes out. Match point for Coco. 40-30. To take the win. All right. Gauff with an ace to finish. Coco wins. She gets through. It was a little awkward, but she gets it done. In straight sets. What are we watching after this? Nothing. I'm done. Short stream today. 2 hours and I'm out. I've got places to be today. So that is it. All right. Coco gets the win. Straight sets. A little awkward in the first set. There was a back and forth, but got it sorted in the second. And is now into the third round, which she'll take on Fernandez in a couple of days. That's a fun match. Fernandez versus Coco Gauff is a very interesting matchup. So that is fun. All right. Cool. But yeah, tomorrow we've got such a big day. So I'm going to use this opportunity today to try and sort stuff out for tomorrow. So then I don't have to do anything tomorrow and I won't feel like I'm stressing tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll just watch everything. So yeah, like I said, tomorrow we've got Alcaraz, Sinner, Swiatek, Eala, I think Raducanu and Osaka are all playing tomorrow. So that's fun and super stressful. So yeah, so we've got a big day tomorrow. That's a lot. We're probably going to have to do... I mean, I want to watch all those names, but I know that we're probably going to have to miss one or two of them. Because the schedule won't allow it. I mean, two of this. I mean, we're not even going to be able to watch this. You know, Pegula's playing it. Andreeva is playing. Mboko is playing. Zhang is playing. And that's just in China. You know, there's so much going on. Tomorrow's going to be pretty hectic. So yeah. So I don't know when we start, but yeah, tomorrow will be a big day. Anyways, I'm going to be back tomorrow to do it all again. But thanks for hanging out. Coco wins 6-4, 6-love. She is through to the the third round, which will take on Leylah Fernandez on Sunday. Very tricky match for Coco, but it was pretty good today. Got through pretty easily in the end, and she'll be playing in a couple of days. I'll see you tomorrow.